We're going to talk about how to snipe Town Hall 13s and 14s. Being, I'm going to use my Town Hall 11 for example, but it's pretty common to use Town Hall 11 or 10. Um, so there's a few different ways to go about doing it. My favorite way is to zap out the air defenses and then just baby drag and hero sui and then blimp the town hall. So I got a few examples here that I'll show you. Let's see, I think it was this one. Yeah. So when you're looking at trying to snipe uh town hall 14 in this case, like I said, I like to zap out the air defenses and then uh do a Sui hero push and baby drag to get the percentage, and then use the warden and a blimp to take out the town hall. So that's all you're looking for is getting 50% and taking out the town hall to secure a solid 2 star. So one thing you always want to look for when you're looking to see how you want to go about doing this is you always want to look at the where the scatters are as far as like where you're going to place your heroes. You never want to send them directly into a scatter or a single inferno. That that'd be that'd be bad. You just waste your heroes sending them in there. And then you always want to look and see where the CC is. So you never want to send any troops um, into the CC early on, because then for the rest of your raid you're gonna have to deal with uh, the CC chasing down your troops and taking them out. So you always want to, if there's anything around the CC, you always want to leave that for last, so you don't have to worry about trying to fight off the CC. So for this one, what I did was I zapped out these two bottom air defenses and the one on the right. And then I used my heroes over here on the left and pushed them in, hoping that they would take out that last air defense right there. So we can go ahead and press play and see exactly how this went out. So being a Town Hall 11, what I do is I'll take two max lightning spells. So it takes a level 9 lightning spell and then three level 8 spells to take out one air defense. So I'll do that on all the air defenses, or three of the air defenses. All right, and then it takes four, and then on that one too, I waited till the queen was right there next to the air defense so I could take her out too. So always try and see what extra value you can take out uh with your lightning. Like right here, I took out I believe that was the air sweeper and a bomb tower. And then over here, I took out I think the RC's altar. So always look at what extra value you can take out with your zaps, because every percentage makes a difference. Especially right there, taking out that sweeper, that'll help me when I send in my blimp. It won't be pushing back. And then I sent in the heroes over there, and I start the baby drags. All right, so you always want to make sure that you're spreading out your baby drags so that they stay raged up and you're getting that extra value out of them. All right. And then you don't want to take too long, because as soon as you set down a chunk of your baby drags, that eagle is going to activate and start taking them out. So you don't want to take too long, because then you just got your eagle picking off your heroes or your baby drags, and they're not getting the full value that they would otherwise. So I'm getting them down. I've already exceeded the 50%, so now we're just going for whatever extra I can get. All right. And then I've used up all my baby drags, so I send in my warden and the blimp, wait till the last possible second that I can, and then I hit it. Now, I could have just sent my blimp in and used the warden ability right away, but you never know if the blimp is going to be hitting a tornado trap or whatever other kind of traps over there. So you always want to wait as long as you can before hitting the warden ability. That way you can protect the blimp for as long as you can, because there could have been a tornado trap right there next to the town hall, and then my blimp, if I would have hit it back here, my blimp would have just been spinning unprotected right there, and then when the sneakies all drop out, they'll just be spinning around in the tornado trap, wasting time. So always wait as long as you can for that warden ability. And then sneakies took it out. That's the 2-star right there. So 67% 2-star. Being a Town Hall 11, hitting a Town Hall 14, it's not too bad. All right. So successful snipe right there. Um, let's see what else we got. Think on this one. Okay, so I hit number 4. No, it, number 4 hit me. Okay, number 1. All right. So number 1. This is an example just to really look at the base, see what they're giving you. Um, so you can determine like how you want to go about attacking it. Now, for this one, if for some reason it's not letting me, okay. So you can see right there they got a hole in the base. And one thing I didn't want to do, I didn't want to come from this direction down here, uh, because I just had a feeling that the tornado might have been like in somewhere in that area. Plus, it's got a sweeper facing down that way, so I decided to go ahead and use that hole with my warden and a blimp to take out the town hall. But other than that, it was pretty much the same approach. I zapped out the air defenses and took out whatever extra value like a cannon and archer tower. All right, a wizard tower or a collector. All right, and then I did make one mistake on this. So I had an extra lightning left over, and that's obviously not going to take out one air defense by itself. So if I have a lightning left over, I'll just use it on like a one of the hero altars or something like that to get a cheap percentage. But one mistake that I did make was I sent my heroes into this bottom corner, um, and I wasn't paying attention. The heroes are right there, so that's not a good matchup for my lower level heroes. So that was a mistake on my part. But other than that, everything went pretty good. Just spread out baby drags so that they stay raged up, and just keep them coming as soon as one dies off, replace it with another one. So the eagle can't just take them out uh, one by one. Can't just target one as soon as I put it down. All right, so I passed the 50%, so I'm just looking for whatever extra percent I can get. And only got one left. So I use that one to check for any air black bombs or anything in that hole. Use my warden ability and hit the tornado, but I waited as long as I could with the warden ability, so that actually helped the blimp stay through the tornado without being popped early. And there we go, got the 2-star. All right. So that's one way to go about uh, sniping, is using that zap method to take out all the air defenses. Uh, Push your heroes into one other air defense if you can, and then just spread out your baby dragons, get to that 50%, and then use your warden and your blimp to take out the town hall. Now, if you're a town hall 10, trying to snipe, uh, I recommend looking for uh, a town hall that's closer to the outside, just because you don't have that warden ability to protect your blimp, right? Um, Probably more something like the first one that I showed you. I think the town hall was pretty close. Yeah, it's kind of close to the outside. Um, but yeah, definitely if you're a town hall 10 and you don't have that warden to protect your blimp, don't be trying to snipe centralized town hall, because that's just not going to work out well. All right. Anybody got any questions on that method of sniping right there?
What's in your blimp?
So the what I take in my blimp is, so ignore that. I'm actually gonna go ahead and request some lightning so I can do a live example for you guys. Um, but yeah, that's what I take in my blimp right there. So I'll take as many sneakies as I possibly can, and then I'll fill it in with normal goblins. The reason why I take so many sneakies is just because if there's any like small bombs or giant bombs or anything like that, then the sneakies can there's enough sneakies to make it through that and still get to the town hall. Another reason is because if you happen to uh, let's say you fail, you blimp fail. Uh, Let me just look at one of these for an example. No, that's a bad example. Trying to find a good layout for you guys. But it looks like you might not find one. So sometimes you'll find a town hall with a lot of storage right next to it. And in that case, okay, so this is a town hall 12, but same concept. So let's say I in a blimp right here, and let's say I drop it or it hits a uh, air seeking air mine, and it onto that storage. So C's obviously are going to go for that, but if you have enough of them, they'll be able to take it out quickly and go for that town hall. Now, I don't remember who it was, but I remember somebody saying that uh, that taking balloons in your blimp was a good idea. For me, I don't trust balloons to get the job done, because same concept. If you happen to blimp fail, let's say you send your blimp in this way, there's all these defenses right here. Let's say it hits a black mine. Let's say there's a tornado and some seeking air mines like right here, and you happen to blimp fail. The balloons are just gonna stay over here. They're never gonna go to that town hall. Um, but I mean, if you blimp fail out here, you're pretty much screwed no matter what's in your CC. But that's just that's just an example right there. Let me see. Let me see if I can give a better example. So something like this too. Let's say you blimp fail and it falls like right there on that expo. There's a pretty good chance that it'll hit that expo and maybe even go to that air sweeper. By the time you take it out, one of those town hall 14s already awake and be throwing balloons. Tornado, just taking just as many skis as you can, and then filling it with
Mike,
normal goblins. So
Mike, can you hear me?
can you hear me?
Badly, like you sound like a robot, and you're basically. stream either froze or whatever, but it's very unclear.
Just rejoin.
I'm so bored. Is my time safe?
Okay. Can you hear me better?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Sorry, I
Okay,
disconnected from my Wi-Fi.
but the picture.
Is this
Okay, yeah, that's better.
okay? Okay, but yeah, so. Were you guys able to hear like why or what I take in my blimp and why I take it?
I think if you, redo it, because it was very sort of hard to hear or see.
Okay. So so I usually take as many sneakies as I can and then normal goggles to fill in the space. And the reason for it is if you happen to blimp fail, let's say you catch a tornado or some seeking air mines down here and it takes out your blimp early, um, having as many sneakies as you can they'll still end up going for that town hall, um, and taking it out, and having that many sneakies in there will actually give you the push that you need to withstand whatever small bombs or giant bombs, and then still have more sneakies come out and go for that town hall. And one thing that I've heard, I can't remember who said it, somebody said to take balloons in your blimp. I don't recommend doing that because I'll use this same example. If your blimp happens to go down early, like right there, then balloons are going to pass here or to the wizard tower, and then maybe even go off to that air defense. And that whole time, that Town Hall 14 is just zapping your balloons. So by the time they eventually pass to the town hall, there's plus you might even have some CC going to get your balloons too. So you got the town hall, the air defenses, the expo, and the CC all shooting at your balloons. I really don't see any way that they'll survive long enough to pass to the town hall and take them out. So that's why I highly recommend taking every sneaky goblin that you possibly can in your blimp, and then fill it in with regular goblins. But yeah, that's what I take in my blimp, and that's that's what I recommend, and that's why I uh, take those sneaky goblins in there. Um, another thing that I've heard is, let's say you have um, uh, let's say you have scatters covering the town hall like you do right here. I've heard some people will take like maybe a couple minions in there. That way, if there is a tornado and your sneakies are spinning around, waiting for it to wear out so they can go get the town hall, having like maybe one or two balloons in there to distract the scatters might be a good idea, just because scatters can only target air or ground. They can't hit both at the same time. So that might be a good idea uh, if you have scatters covering the town hall. So that that's one suggestion that I've heard. I've never used it personally, but I mean it makes sense. All right. So does anybody have any other questions before I move on to the next example?
Yes, there was a question like if, a town hall 10. Sorry, I'm not reading. I'm just trying to remember. Yes, you think a town hall 10 can snipe a 14 or should stay sniping town hall 13?
I recommend Town Hall 10s to snipe 13s if it's an option. If not, then and you're going for a Town Hall 14. Um, I mean, either way, try to find a town hall that's really close to the outside, something where there's not going to be too much problem sending a blimp in there. Um, if you do have to send your your blimp in there as a town hall 10 and you don't have a talent warden to protect it. Let's say you have to send it into something like this. Maybe bring like a hound or something to tank for your blimp, so you could send your hound in like right there, and send the blimp in behind it, and then maybe that way you'll be able to get to the town hall. For you'll have to either zap out or freeze that air sweeper, but that might be a way for you to, as a town hall 10, to be able to snipe it if you don't have a town hall closer to the outside. But if you're a town hall 11 trying to do it, then don't waste the camp space. Just uh, use your warden ability. Yeah, good question. I would stick to Town Hall 13s if you're able to, but if you don't have that option, then take a try to take a hound in your uh, camp space to tank for your balloon. All right. Any other questions before I move on uh, to the next method of sniping? No. All right. So let's see what Def has right here. So another way to go about sniping is some people will like a queen walk to uh, they'll do a queen walk to take out as much as they can, then use baby dragons to uh, get as much percentage as they can. This right here, I tend, as far as doing the queen walk, what I prefer is bases that have air defenses, further inside the base, but these ones got them closer to the outside, so we'll go ahead and give these a shot. So big things you want to look for is not sending your queen into the heroes. So we don't want to send her in right there because it's got the king. And then the queen is right there, so we don't really have to worry about her too much. So definitely wouldn't start my queen down there on that corner. All right, probably be a better choice to send her in right there. She's out of range of the scatter. She might have to deal with the royal champion, but she'll be all right. Don't want to send her down there because then she'll have to deal with that scatter. We're talking about Town Hall 11 heroes trying to deal with scatters. It's not going to be a good time. So yeah, I think that might be the option right there, is sending her up there. So I'll go ahead. Oh, screw it. I'll just take another rage. All right. So, like I said, I'm trying to take my queen up here, walk her down that side. Um, don't really have to worry about the CC getting involved because it's centralized, and I'm not charging my queen in. I'm just walking her around the outside, seeing how much percentage uh, I can rack up. All right. And from this point, you're gonna just going to raid your queen whenever you need to. Use your freezes to save her or the healers. Probably gonna have to use my freezes right here to save them from the multi. Yeah. So at this point, my queen has gotten, she'll get a little over 20%, which isn't too bad. Go ahead and throw in the king right there to start racking up some percentage. And just got to be cognizant of where those air defenses are, trying not to send your baby dragons directly into them.
He's not getting evicted.
All right, so got the 50%, got the town hall. That's another way that you can snipe right there. All right, so just that's all you want to do if you're using that method. Like I said, I like to use this method more when the air defenses are inside the base, more centralized, so that way your baby dragons don't have to worry about them. But that's another method that you can use. Just using your queen, to walking her around the outside of the base, picking up as much percentage as you can. Okay, so yeah, this right here is a better base that I would use the queen walk method for. Probably just start her down here and
Oh, your picture
actually.
doesn't look very nice.
What's up?
Your picture doesn't look very nice. Well, at least for me, I don't know how about others.
Are you guys able to see it? Anybody else able to see it?
It's blurry, Ramon.
I can see just
Let me
fine.
reconnect to my Wi-Fi, see if that fixes. I don't know why my Wi-Fi is being so iffy today. You guys able to see it now?
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, this base right here would be a better example of when I would use the queen walk rather than zapping. Uh, just because the air defenses are a little more to the inside. So we'll go ahead, give it a shot one more time, see how it goes. And doing the queen over here, that there's really no heroes that she has to worry about over here in this quarter of the base. And doing it this way, she might be able to take out the eagle, which would be nice because then you ain't got to worry. That's just one thing that you don't have to worry about hitting your baby dragons. Helps them get a few more percentage. Rage her up to save a little bit of time. CC Rectus. So that sucks. But we're doing our baby dragons in. Get as much percentage as we can. not able to get the 50% on this one, which sucks, but it happens sometimes. But that's just an example of when I would use the queen charge or queen walk rather than just zapping stuff out. That was my mistake, letting her. I should have just walked her around the base instead of pushing her in, because I didn't follow my own advice and DC before doing that. So, yeah, that's on me. But yeah, that's a couple of different ways that you can go about sniping. Sniping town halls, town hall 13s and 14s. If you can snipe a 14, then you can snipe a 13. Obviously, it's easier. Buildings have less HP, so you can take more out. And it really doesn't change sniping a 13 to a 14. Really doesn't change your approach at all, because the major difference is the town hall 14's got the poison, but by the time you take down the town hall, you're pretty much done with your attack, so you really don't have to worry about that. The biggest difference is buildings having more HP at town hall 14, so it takes a little bit longer to take them out. And then the air defenses, if they've got town hall 14 air defenses, it's going to take more zaps to take them out, as opposed to a town hall 13 air defense. So, does anybody have any questions as far as how to snipe or different ways to go about sniping?
I
No?
showed up a little late, unfortunately. Could you go over the zap again, just briefly?
Yeah. So I'll show you an example that I got right here.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
Yeah, all good. So for the zap method, what I like to do is zap out 3 of the air defenses and then push my heroes in to take out the 4th one. So right here, and then one thing you want to do is look for whatever other value you can get around the air defenses when you're zapping it out. Don't just throw your air defenses directly onto the air, or don't throw your lightning spells directly onto the air defense. Try to offset it so you can pick up whatever extra percentage you can. Like right here, I'll take out the air defense and the
Royal
royal
champion.
there. Yep. And then right here, I'll take out the altar and the bomb tower with it. And then up here, I'll take out the altar and the queen, which is a bonus. She doesn't give you extra percentage, but it's always nice. And then I just use the last lightning to take out that or to weaken up those buildings right there. So if I have a lightning left over, usually I'll use it on one of the hero altars, because it only takes 1 lightning to take it out, and it's a cheap percentage that you can pick up. But I already took all 3 of them out, so I just use that one to soften up some buildings, and then throw my heroes in so they can start taking that stuff. And I already started throwing my baby dragons in, separating them so that they all stay raged up and getting as much percentage as they can. So there they go. So I'm approaching 50% already, and things are looking good. So just throwing in the last few baby drags, pick up whatever I can. You want to keep your baby dragons away from scatter shots and air defenses, so that they can stay alive for as long as possible. And you don't want to take a long time and just throwing down 1 or 2 at a time, because your eagle is going to be taking them out as you go. So the more baby dragons you have on the field, the least likely they are to get hit by the eagle, because it can only target 1 at a time. So if you're only throwing down 2 baby dragons at a time, 50% of your baby dragons are going to get taken out by the eagle. If you spread them out, throw down like 10 at a time, then only one of them's getting hit, and the rest of them are able to stay alive longer and take out more stuff. Right down here, I throw in my warden and my blimp to go ahead and uh, take out the town hall. And you want to wait as long as possible to do that warden ability, just in case there's a tornado or something right there. So the warden ability will help protect it as long as possible. And then one thing I didn't mention is when you're deploying them, I like to throw down the warden first and then the blimp. And I like to have my warden on air. The reason for that is if there's any seeking air mines, let's say I never deployed any baby dragons down here. If there's any seeking air mines, if you deploy it quick enough, your warden will take the seeking air mine, and then it's gonna trigger his ability right away. So you throw down the warden and the blimp right away. The warden will take whatever seeking air mine is right there, activate it, and then your blimp will go ahead and be protected and um, hopefully make it to the town hall. But that's why I deploy warden on air first, and then the blimp, so that he can take whatever seeking air mines, and your blimp can make it safe. Even if you don't throw your down your if you don't throw down your blimp quick enough, at least your warden got the seeking air mine out of the way, and your blimp still has a better chance of making it. You throw down your blimp first, and you don't get your warden down in time and activate his ability, you're just gonna blimp fail, and you're gonna have a bad time. Not gonna get that town hall. But yeah, that's why I deploy it that way. So yeah.
As for the baby dragons, how far do you typically space them apart? I'm not used to using them very often.
So I usually here I'll start this over so you can see. But I usually space them out. When I put them down, I'll make sure there's like one building in between all of them. That way I can make sure they stay raged up. But you can see what it looks like up here when I start deploying them. So yeah, I usually send them about one or two buildings in between them, so they never really come too close to each other. So yeah, good question. Usually
Sorry if you
about
have to
one.
repeat yourself. I appreciate it.
No, you're good. But yeah, about one or two buildings in between each one of them. That way they can stay raged up the whole time until they die. So yeah. Any other questions? No? Okay. Well, if you guys come up with any questions, ping me on Discord. Let me know, and we can do some one-on-one. But just please take take what we talked about here, take it into CWL, because every month we have an issue with people not knowing how to snipe, and then when they're asked to do so, they for some reason they don't ask any questions or anything like that. They just go in with like Pekka bow bat trying to snipe a Town Hall 14. It's not gonna work. Most of the time, it's not gonna work. If it does work, you're lucky as hell. Because
Just quickly, what about town halls?
what's up?
What about sniping central town halls?
Wouldn't recommend doing it, but if you do it, like I said, if you're a Town Hall 14 and you're trying to get uh, uh, Town Hall that's deeper into the base, take like a lava hand so you can send it in front of your blimp and tank for it. If you're a Town Hall 11 trying to do it, then one way that you can go about doing it is, I don't know if I have an example of it. Let's see, this is more of a centralized one.
I put a base up if that helps.
Oh, you put up another base for a centralized one?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Let me see what beast mode did right here and see if he did what I'm thinking about. Because one thing you can do is take out a good chunk on one side of the town hall. That way your warden, when you set your warden down, he'll uh travel to the like travel more into the base. And that way when you yeah, so see how the warden came into the base and his aura is like right there. So he actually could have waited a little bit longer to trigger the ability, but um, that's one thing you can do is take out a couple layers of buildings. That way your warden will walk in and you can wait longer to trigger his ability. And the longer you wait to trigger the ability, the longer it's going to protect your blimp. But yeah, so that right there, and then he used a couple balloons in his blimp to protect from that scatter shot right there. So that was a good by Beast Buff. So yeah, that's one way that you can go about attacking a centralized town hall is try to take out a couple layers so that your warden will walk further into the base, and you can wait longer to trigger the ability. If you're a Town Hall 10, I really don't recommend going after centralized halls at all. But if you have to, take a hound, send it in front of your blimp. That way you can you have something tanking for it, so it has a better chance to make it into the middle. But yeah, I'm gonna take a look at what you put up right here, see if we can go off of that. So yeah, so something like this. I think we went over this the last training session that we did, but this is a good example right here. As far trying to figure out which direction you want to send your blimp from. So obviously you don't want to send it from down here or up here because of the sweeper placement. They'll just be blowing it back. Um, I would send it from down here, and the only reason for that is if, let's say, your blimp falls a little bit short, they'll be the sneaky gobs will be going to that CC first, and then go to the town hall. So let's see. Go ahead. Just take all baby drags, all zaps. See what we can do with this one. So all right. Actually, I could have taken out both of those altars right there. That's my bad. Oh, yeah, we'll go ahead start the heroes down here, just because it's really not too much value they can take out from the rest of the base. And we'll start our baby dragons up here, see how much percentage we can get. So I lured out the CC. So one thing that you can do is just keep deploying your troops on the opposite side. So that way your the CC is constantly chasing your troops and not able to keep up. So just keep switching sides that you deploy it on, and then it should be a successful snipe right there. Yep, there you go.
Is there
So,
any reason for bringing all zaps and no earthquakes?
that's just a personal choice. I mean, you can bring a couple earthquakes. I'd have to do the math though to see if it's worth it because a max earthquake, I want to say,
I think it's 29%.
yeah, it's 29%, but I want to say, yeah, so Town Hall 11 is able to get a max earthquake. So we can do the math here real quick. Hold on.
1600 health for level 12 AD.
You said how much?
1600.
1,600 hit points.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's see. We'll do the math real quick. So 1,600 times 0.71, because if it takes out 29%, then that means 71% is left. So 1,136. So 1,600 times, what does it do? The 0.29. So it'll do 464 damage as opposed to 8, 480. So what do we say it does? 464. So yeah, the zap actually does more damage than the max earthquake. So if you take the max earthquake and do it that way, you might have to end up using the same number of zaps regardless. I didn't do all the math obviously, but lightning is going to do more damage. A level 8 lightning will do more damage than a maxed earthquake. So yeah, that's why I take lightning spells. But yeah, good question. Anybody else got any more questions? No?
Yeah, I have a
All right.
quick question. Like, what are you aiming for a certain percent? Like, if you get like 2 star creature percent, is that like good enough? Or are you aiming for like 60, 70? Like, what is a good percent to try to get? Or does it really not matter? You're just going for stars.
You're going for 50% and the town hall. Anything above that is just gravy. I mean, obviously get as much percentage as you can, but you're shooting for at least that 50% in town hall. If you get a 50% 2-star, that's a successful snipe. You get a 65% 2-star, that's just an added bonus. You'd obviously want to get as high percentage as possible, but especially in CWL, it's all about the stars.
Gravy.
Yeah, no, I got dinner waiting for me too. So if there's no more questions, then
There is one from the
yeah.
legend. So he's
What's up?
asking, do you think replacing dragons and using sneakers is a good idea? Like 10, 20 sneakers?
Like replacing the
The baby dragons.
it depends on the base. I've done that before. It just depends on what all is around there. Like let's look at one of these replays. So let's say this air defense down here. Let's say you're going with whatever strategy you choose to go with. You decide that you're going to take out air defenses, and this air defense right here is going to remain standing for whatever reason. But there's 4 collectors around it. That's 4% right there that you can pick up. But you throw a baby dragon down there, they might get 1 collector in exchange for 10 housing space for a baby dragon. Whereas if you take sneakies, you can get all 4 of these no problem with 4 sneakies, and that's 12 housing space to pick up an extra 3 buildings. So you just got to do the math and figure out how like what your best value is going to be, taking a baby dragon worth 10 housing space or taking a few sneakies worth 9 or 12 housing space. So it all depends on what the base is giving you. But yeah, that's a good question. You definitely can switch it up. Like up here, you can maybe even take you can maybe even take out that air defense and just throw in an E dragon, because all these buildings right here are all clumped up. So zap out that air defense, use an E dragon, and you'll be able to pick up a pretty decent amount of percent right there. Same thing goes for this spot up here. Everything's all clumped up. Maybe throw in an E dragon right there. You don't want to take all E dragons, because that's a terrible that's a terrible strategy even at your own town hall level. But
I get 2-starred all the time by E-Drags.
you get 2-starred all the time. Yeah, never
Yeah, but I'm a
3-star.
town hall 11, so.
Yeah, see, they 2-star you. That's as a town hall 11. If they're using E drags and getting 2-stars, that's a win for you. But yeah, so you just got to look at the base and see what it's giving you. Like I said, if you know that air defense is going to stay up and you want to take out a bunch of collectors around it, take some sneakies. If you can take that air defense down and they got a bunch of buildings clumped up, maybe zap out that air defense and use an E-Dragon. It just comes with practice and learning what you can and can't get away with. But yeah, good question. Any other questions? No? All right. Hey, I appreciate you guys showing up to learn something. Just take it with you and use it in CWL. And if you got any other questions that you come up with later, ping me on Discord or DM me or whatever. And yeah, appreciate you guys coming.
Thanks for taking the time to teach.
All right. No problem. Everybody have a good night.